Jerry toils in the sun, trying to repair his driveway, when suddenly a strange cover catches his attention. Curiosity made Jerry use all his strength to pull it out, and discovered a trap door hidden underground. His heart beating loudly in his chest, Jerry quickly opened the door wide to reveal an underground room with a mysterious dim light. But what really shocked him was what appeared inside the room. Hastily, Jerry grabbed the phone, his voice shaking. He called the police and recounted his horrifying discovery. The call turned an ordinary day into a dramatic and unexpected journey. Less than an hour later, police sirens echoed to the scene. While Jerry crawled up the stairs, his heart was still pounding in his chest. Filled with anxiety and worry. He wondered, what secret lies beneath his house? What's waiting for you in the dark? Standing in the driveway, Jerry waited nervously, knowing he had no other chance but to wait for police intervention. Every second that passes increases the tension and fear, not knowing what will happen next. The police have begun their work, solving the mystery that Jerry accidentally discovered under his house. He has completed his part, leaving it to the experts to find the answer. Standing aside, Jerry couldn't shake off the uneasy, tormented feeling of what might be revealed when the authorities unraveled the secret hidden beneath his house. As the police entered the dark room, their voices rang out, filling the silence, confusion and curiosity. A knot of anticipation tightened in Jerry's stomach, hoping they would discover something that confirmed his predictions. Jerry stood dumbfounded, questions echoing in his head. What did you stumble upon? Why is it necessary to call the police? And what makes him gasp at the secrets revealed in the dark room? The room holds the promise of a grand excavation, a seismic shift of hidden truth. Though littered with tools and debris from failed efforts to repair the landscape, the driveway remains a reminder of unfinished work. But one lazy Sunday, Jerry was determined to get the job done. With a motivational tune playing, he slowly but surely began to clean up. As progress loomed before his eyes, he realized that, after today, he could finally use the driveway for its true purpose, a place to park, a transition from chaos to order. As Jerry worked on his cement driveway, he accidentally discovered a piece of metal embedded in the concrete. Its strange rectangular shape, different from the usual round manholes, made him wonder. At first, Jerry didn't pay much attention, thinking it was just another normal detail in the messy construction. However, that metal hatch kept appearing in his sight, arousing his unstoppable curiosity. The more Jerry tried to ignore it, the more Jerry's curiosity increased. Unable to bear it anymore, he decided to find out what was hidden under that rectangular metal door. When Jerry got closer and realized the considerable size of the hatch, large enough for a person to fit through, he was surprised because he had not noticed this before. Perhaps it was because the previous clutter obscured everything, but now, with the space cleared, everything became clearer. Jerry crouched next to the hatch, trying to pry it open with his bare hands. There's no visible handle, but there's a crease around the hatch that suggests it can be opened. Although heavy metal resisted his efforts, Jerry was not discouraged. He recalled seeing a screwdriver somewhere among the ruins of the messy driveway. Without wasting any time, he searched and quickly found the screwdriver. With the tool in hand, Jerry inserted it into the fold around the hatch, using his full weight as he pushed down. Luck smiled on Jerry. The screw raised the hatch a little, not much but enough for him to slide his finger underneath. Now comes the stressful part. Jerry has to release the screwdriver and hope the hatch doesn't fall on his fingertips. It was a breathless moment, but eventually, the hatch opened, revealing the long-awaited secret below. Jerry deftly slid his other fingers under the hatch to slowly lift it with just his fingertips. As the hatch was gradually opened, the ground let out a resounding explosion and billowing clouds of sand dust surrounded him. Instinct made Jerry quickly cover his eyes to avoid dust particles. When the dust settled and the air cleared again, Jerry looked down and his eyes widened in shock. Jerry deftly slid his other fingers under the hatch to slowly lift it with just his fingertips. As the hatch was gradually opened, the ground let out a resounding explosion and billowing clouds of sand dust surrounded him. Instinct made Jerry quickly cover his eyes to avoid dust particles. When the dust settled and the air cleared again, Jerry looked down and his eyes widened in shock. Under the heavy, raised hatch is a long, dark tunnel that extends underground. Jerry looked in cautiously, trying to gauge its depth. He noticed the absence of a ladder or stairs. Only a spot on the side indicating where a ladder had once been attached but was no longer there. Jerry recalls that he had a ladder in the garage. Without thinking further, Jerry rushed into the garage, eager to discover the answers hidden in the mysterious underground tunnel. Unsure if his ladder was long enough, his curiosity about a potential secret room under his driveway motivated him. He hurriedly brought the ladder back to the tunnel. Just as Jerry was driving the ladder into the tunnel, he heard the neighbor's door open. "Hello, Jerry," the voice of his neighbor, Lorraine, rang out. Lorraine, an old lady who has lived there for many years, is always cheerful and friendly. "Oh, hello Lorraine," Jerry replied while trying to hide his excitement. Jerry is ready to embark on a journey to discover the secrets beneath his house, but he doesn't expect that he will have an unexpected companion in his upcoming adventure. Lorraine, a living witness of decades gone by, seems like she could be the key to solving the mysteries under Jerry's house. After listening to Jerry describe the strange discovery under the driveway, she hesitated for a moment and then shared, "I remember a couple who lived there, maybe more than 20 years ago." Jerry's eyes lit up, filled with anticipation, but Lorraine hesitated. "Oh, I have to get the papers, sorry." Jerry's hope immediately turned to a frown as he recalled Lorraine's struggle with dementia. With no hope of hearing more information from Lorraine, Jerry decided he couldn't wait any longer. He returned to the garage, grabbed a flashlight, a mask and a pair of gloves, preparing for any unexpected situations. He considered the possibility of facing toxic fumes from the carcasses of rodents that had been trapped and decomposing in a closed space for 20 years. Despite his fear, Jerry takes comfort in the hope that he won't find any unpleasant surprises in this mysterious underground space. With his mask and gloves fully equipped, Jerry took a deep breath of fresh air, quickly said a prayer in his mind, and then began walking down the steps leading into the unknown. The old ladder trembled under his weight. But the echo of his footsteps echoed in the tunnel, carrying the promise of a coming discovery. Jerry didn't know what he would find, but his courage and curiosity pushed him forward, deeper into the darkness. As Jerry began to lower himself into the unknown, the ladder did not reach the ground, forcing him to hang and stretch his toes to find the next step. His heart pounded in his chest, and with a desperate effort he finally felt solidity beneath his feet. Jerry breathed a sigh of relief when he set foot on the ground, freed from the tight grip of the loose ladder. But was this place really safe? There was only darkness as thick as ink. He grabbed the flashlight, illuminating the room in bright light. Countless particles of dust and sand swirled in the air. "A wise choice to wear a mask," he told himself. Jerry considers the potential dangers of inhaling these. They can be harmful to your health. The weak light of the flashlight tried to illuminate the large room, revealing its importance. Jerry stepped out of the tunnel, letting his eyes gradually adjust to the darkness. His gaze scanned the scene before him, haphazard boxes stacked semi-dangerously in one corner, a makeshift kitchen in another, and the unexpected sight of a baby crib hidden behind a corner on the table. Chaos filled the space, a thick layer of dust covered everything, making the atmosphere in the room feel heavy and closed. Amidst the chaos, Jerry discovered things he did not expect to find. The room seems to have been frozen in time, holding tightly to secrets that begged to be discovered. He realized that he was not simply standing before a forgotten space, he was standing among the traces of an untold story, a story waiting for him to open each page. Navigating the dimly lit underground room, Jerry moved slowly and deliberately, each step cautious to avoid the clutter that sprawled across the floor. His hands, protected by gloves, brushed aside cobwebs and scattered debris, causing roaches and other insects to scuttle into the shadows. Each sudden movement sent a jolt of adrenaline through him, but his determination pushed him onward, knowing this was a once-in-a-lifetime venture into the forgotten world beneath his driveway. His exploration led him to a pile of boxes stuffed with old clothes and personal items, likely left behind by previous inhabitants. But as Jerry sifted through the pile, his fingers grazed something unexpectedly hard and cold. Curiosity piqued, he dug deeper and discovered what appeared to be a carefully concealed door. The realization sent his heart racing with excitement and trepidation at the potential secrets lying just beyond. In front of Jerry stood a hidden doorway, its existence nearly undetectable until now. The air thickened with the mix of dread and exhilaration as he contemplated the mysteries it might hold. After a moment's hesitation, Jerry summoned all his courage and reached for the handle, only to find a rusted padlock thwarting his access. Clearly, uncovering the truths hidden behind this door wouldn't be as straightforward as he hoped. Resolved not to be deterred so easily, Jerry scanned the area for something to break the lock. This secret passage, shrouded in mystery and now just within his grasp, promised to reveal more about the underground chamber's sinister past, or perhaps, its treasures. With a mix of anxiety and anticipation, Jerry prepared to delve deeper into the shadows of history hidden beneath his home. Jerry, with his finger tracing the cold metal of the hidden door, felt a powerful urge to uncover the secrets lying beyond. The rusty padlock, a barrier to the unknown, fueled his determination. Searching through the clutter of the room, his hands found a solid metal bar amidst the debris. Grasping it, the weight of the bar felt reassuring. A blend of desperation and curiosity surged through him as he jammed it into the padlock, desperately prying it open. With sweat forming on his brow and a persistent doubt nagging at him, Jerry redoubled his efforts. After several forceful strikes, a satisfying crack echoed through the darkness, the padlock gave way, and the creaking door slowly swung open, revealing an abyss veiled in mystery. A descending staircase led into an indeterminate darkness, the air growing colder with each step, filled with anticipation and unease. Jerry hesitated for a moment, the echoing thought of now or never urging him on. He took a deep breath and cautiously stepped into the darkness, ready to face whatever secrets lay hidden beneath. The descent felt eternal, his flashlight the only guide as the faint light from the door above faded away, leaving only the thick, multi-layered walls that hinted at a metallic lining, a structure unusual and elaborate, suggesting significant intentions behind its construction. As Jerry moved deeper, each step expanded his understanding of the mysterious space enveloping him. The flashlight illuminated details that had previously eluded him, revealing the complexity of the surroundings. The air was thick with the weight of history and the promise of revelations hidden in the dark embrace of the underground. Jerry pressed onward, driven by a mix of fear and fascination, determined to uncover the stories sealed within these layered walls. As Jerry continued deeper inside, the echo of his footsteps was like a whisper of the untold past. Memories of people preparing for the apocalypse, news reports that Jerry had seen, began to flood back. It seemed that the previous homeowners had been preparing for the end times, with the sturdy walls hinting at their desperation and perhaps paranoia. The truth was that Jerry had no idea about the part of the house when he bought it, even though the lawyer had carefully reviewed every inch of the design. How could something as monumental as this go undiscovered? How could it be hidden? Jerry muttered while the mixed feelings of betrayal and conspiracy made his every step heavier than ever. The truth is that Jerry did not know about this part of the house when he bought it, even though the lawyer had carefully examined every inch of the design. How could something as monumental as this go undiscovered? How could it be hidden? Jerry muttered while the mixed feelings of betrayal and conspiracy made his every step heavier than ever. Thoughts of illegal activities involving dangerous chemicals or even something supernatural ran through his imagination. This sealed entrance and secret path hint at a dangerous secret being hidden. When Jerry's feet touched the flat ground of a large room, a series of metal boxes were arranged neatly along the wall. The boxes were equipped with complex locking mechanisms and warning labels that glittered in the dim light, sending a shiver down Jerry's spine. He realizes that he is standing in the middle of a treasure trove of ancient secrets. Each small detail can open up a hidden corner of history or a potential threat that has never been known. Surrounded by mystery, Jerry is prepared to discover the wonders and horrors that this old house has kept hidden for so long. Jerry's adventures have just begun. The boxes he found were unlike anything he had ever seen before, made from dense dark wood and secured with metal, seemingly resisting all attempts to open them with ease. Jerry struggled to pry open the lock with the metal bar, but the obstacle proved tougher than the previous ones, and each of his efforts only seemed to further seal the secrets within from the outside world. After a long time of trying, a faint clicking sound finally echoed throughout the room. One of the last boxes slowly opened its lid. Jerry's eyes widened, a cold shock running through him as he saw the old documents and strange artifacts inside, which looked as if they belonged to a time and place with great history. Maybe even banned. Jerry's heart pounded when he realized that these items should not be hidden away in a secret basement like this. They deserved to be displayed in a museum or maybe should belong to the government. The gravity of this discovery weighed heavily on him, and he knew he needed outside guidance to navigate this complicated situation. Jerry quickly pulled out his phone to call the police or seek advice from experts. However, when he pressed dial, an uncomfortable silence filled the air as he realized that no phone signal could penetrate the dense walls of this bunker. With an intense rush of adrenaline, Jerry quickly packed the artifacts back into the box, closed the lid tightly, and hurried up the stairs, careful not to stumble in the dense darkness of the vault. Jerry's every step sounded like an urgent call, his pounding heartbeat urging him to escape the confines of the secret underground room and find a place to reconnect with the outside world. Although the darkness confused him, the feeling of discovering something extraordinary confused him even more. The echo of his footsteps in the dark room was like a whisper of an unknown history. As he stepped into daylight, his first breath of fresh air made Jerry feel like he was holding a lifeline. He quickly dialed 911, the weight of what he had just discovered weighing heavily on his shoulders. "You won't believe what I just found in my basement," Jerry said hurriedly as he tried to convey the significance of his discovery, hoping to highlight the urgency with which he explained it. To the moderator, who maintained a calm and somewhat skeptical tone. "Sir, are you in immediate danger?" the operator asked, not fully aware of Jerry's story about the secret rooms and strange artifacts he had discovered. Jerry admits the possibility of skepticism from an outsider's perspective. "It's not just about my safety, these items are very old and could be priceless, they could be stolen or worse." As the police car sirens grew louder and louder, pulling Jerry out of his worried thoughts, a convoy of police cars arrived, approaching with a mixed expression of seriousness and curiosity. The officers stepped down, prepared to assess and handle the unexpected situation that Jerry had invited them into.